Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy Q back at y'all with another video. I know y'all missed me, man. But the Eagles ain't really been giving me anything to talk about lately. But today, the Eagles struck a trade for Jahan Dotson, fleecing the Washington Commanders, an in division rival. Philadelphia Eagles have the best GM in football in Howie Roseman. And I don't know how they keep allowing Harry Roseman to get away with this, bro. This trade right here is criminal, man. Philadelphia Eagles trade a third and a seventh round pick in 2025 and get back Jahan Dotson and a fifth round pick from the Washington Commanders. Now, off top, this is a W trade. This is an A plus, however you want to put it. Uh, Jahan Dotson is a very good wide receiver 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like this is the receiver that we've been missing this entire time. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, after losing Quez Watkins, they did do the best that they could to try to get another wide receiver 3. They did sign Paris Campbell in the offseason. They drafted Anaya Smith in the 4th round, and then they drafted Johnny Wilson in the 6th round. But it's weird because ever since preseason started, we've been hearing that Jahan Dotson hasn't really had the best camp. He's still competing for his wide receiver 3 position in Washington. Washington did draft Luke McCaffrey, and they still have what's his name, Terry McLaurin. They got a new offensive coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury. They also got a new head coach in Dan Quinn. So they got rid of Ron Rivera. So the old regime is gone. Okay. And I think that's what happened here. I feel as though the new regime in Washington wasn't really that big of a fan of Jahan Dotson, so they decided to trade him. He is a former 16th overall pick in the draft. Dude is a willing blocker. Dude's got great hands. He's a phenomenal route runner. And I think he's exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles was missing at the wide receiver 3 position with Quez Watkins. Sure-handed guy that can come up with catches in critical moments and critical situations. A guy that you can rely on when if something happens to Smitty, AJ, or Dallas Goedert, because you know Dallas Goedert is known to get injured a lot. So this is a very good trade all around the board for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I'm still trying to wrap my head around why the Washington Commanders traded Jahan Dotson for very little. You know what I mean? A third round pick. Come on now. But let's look at Jahan Dotson's stats the past couple of seasons. And mind you, Jahan Dotson has never played with a good quarterback. Okay? He played with 1 year he played with Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke. And last year he played with Sam Howell. Okay? But last year alone, 49 catches, 518 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not bad for a wide receiver 3, eh? The year before that, though, I believe his rookie year, he had 35 catches, 523 yards, 7 touchdowns. Not bad for a wide receiver 3. You know what I'm saying? He's still 24 years old, very young. You know what I'm saying? And I think that him playing with Jalen Hurts, it could take his game to the next level, especially with the plethora of weapons that we have on this team. I'm looking for the Philadelphia Eagles to make a deep playoff run this year. I'm at least expecting them to make it to the NFC Championship game. I don't think the expectations are too lofty for this team. You know what I'm saying? We're 2 years removed from a Super Bowl appearance. Okay, last year we started off the season very good. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up falling flat on our faces later on in the end because of Nick Sirianni's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this year, man, you have you. I'm really speaking to Jalen Hurts because he's the one that had an off year. He had a off season. He had a bad year last year. I'm gonna just put it that way. 23 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. He has to improve this season, okay? And I think he will. With Kellen Moore and all the new additions that we have on the team, this Philadelphia Eagles team has got to be better. Has to be better this year. You know what I'm saying? Now, you have AJ Brown, you have Devontae Smith, you have Jahan Dotson, you have Dallas Goedert, you have Saquon Barkley, okay? For Jalen Hurts, man, there should be no excuses this year as to why he shouldn't have at least 30 touchdowns passing this year. Okay? No excuses whatsoever, bro. Okay? Jalen Hurts this year, he needs to solidify or justify, I might say, the Eagles giving him that $250 million contract after that Super Bowl appearance, okay? Because everybody believes that 2022 was an aberration year for Hurts. I need to see him get back to his MVP form for me to really believe that he's the quarterback that the Philadelphia Eagles need on this team. And I think he'll deliver because Jalen Hurts always delivers. You know what I'm saying? But this Jahan Dotson trade, man, is got me really excited for the season because if you go back and you look at preseason and all the guys that we drafted like Anais Smith, Johnny Wilson, and we signed Paris Campbell in the offseason, hasn't really played at all. He's been injured the whole entire camp. So we didn't really get a chance to see what he could do for us. Johnny Wilson, he's a good blocking wide receiver right now, but I think I still need to see a little more from him as far as getting open and being a true wide receiver. Okay? But I do believe that if this trade didn't go down, I think Johnny Wilson would have probably been the favorite to have won that job. Okay? Anais Smith hasn't really shown me anything. Okay? So I think this was a good trade for the Philadelphia Eagles. There is literally no weaknesses on this offense at all. At all. Okay? You got a guy here in Jahan Dotson. He played with, like I said, Carson Wentz, Tyler Heineke, and Sam Howell. None of these dudes are starting right now. Okay? So that just shows you how bad Washington's quarterback situation has been over the past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting Jahan Dotson to have at least, if Jahan Dotson can give you 700 to 800 yards receiving and like 5-6 touchdowns, along with Devontae and AJ doing what they do and Dallas Goedert, doing what he does, you're looking at an offense that could be the best offense in the league, arguably, hands down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and Jahan Dotson has already he has ties with Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? Him and Saquon Barkley have a good relationship. He also did say that AJ Brown is this generation's Julio Jones. It's very, very high praise. So he's gonna get acclimated to the team very, very quickly, and that's good to see. Dude went to Penn State, put up crazy numbers at Penn State, was one of the best wide receivers to come out that year. That's why he got drafted 16th overall. So this guy has some talent, okay? And I think that him being on a good team now, he can kind of showcase his talent a little more. You know what I mean? And it's good to see that Jahan Dotson is no longer one of the ops, because I ain't going to lie, I was very, very high on Jahan Dotson when he was coming out of Penn State. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all I have for y'all, though, man. Thank you guys for